SEC basketball returns in front of the Memorial Maniacs. Here in Music City, #1 Auburn comes to town. Tigers in bounce-back mode, trying to bounce back from their first SEC loss of 2025. Vanderbilt stands in their way. The Commodores currently on the right side of Joe
up here against the Commodores, and then a potential Final Four matchup against the Crimson Tide later this Saturday.
#1 on the road, but Vanderbilt controls the opening tap. Hogard turns it over, and the steal by Miles Kelly. Auburn coming off that loss to Florida at home in Neville Arena, 90-81. Tigers missed 40 shots in that game. Bruce Pearl not lamenting the defeat, understanding how difficult this league is. Kelly inserted into that starting five for the first time this season. Chad Baker-Mazar comes off of Bruce Pearl's bench tonight. And Moore with 16 starts a year ago, coming off the bench primarily this campaign. And the putback is more on cue.
That Auburn is guarding the middle ball screens of Vanderbilt right now. In order to beat the Vanderbilt Commodores, you have to be able to defend collectively as a unit.
With Broom on nickel, that's a mismatch, and Broom makes him pay.
Well, certainly a mismatch, but you can't allow Janai Broom to continue to go to that right shoulder.
Vanderbilt 2 early turnovers, 0 for 3 from the Florida start. A magical run in 2019 for Bruce Pearl, an incredible season of Auburn basketball. Denver Jones, and a good sign for the Tigers. Three and a half minutes in. Here's Jones again, an early heat check, and he buries the triple again. Commodores trying to get on the scoreboard. Here's Hogard. Monster jump stop, and he was falling down in the process. Jones again. Cardwell saves it. Miles Kelly. That's another three. 13-0. #1 with an early. 4 to shoot. Huffman launching.
And those are the shots they have to make. The transfer from Davidson. Huffman's got to be able to knock those down.
Tahad Pettiford just checked in and delivers with a mid-range.
Well, right now, Auburn's playing angry. They're playing with the edge, which I thought they were missing a little bit in that Florida game. If you're the Commodores, you have to respond. You will not have better quad one opportunities than the Auburn Tigers here on your home court.
Edwards up and under off the double clutch, and it's all net. A much-needed bucket 5 minutes in.
Yeah, the 6'1", 175-pound junior is. So if they can use their speed, get out the open floor, and transition, it will enhance their offensive opportunities.
Commodores 1 of 7 to start. Here's Huffman inside off glass. He got to Denver Jones. And against Hogard. Now Cardwell. Trying to post up Carey, and does. Strong finish.
Yeah, this is I think Duke's going to end up being a #1 seed. And then those teams at the bottom, your Oklahomas, Texas, Vanderbilt, Georgia, you've got to scratch and claw for every game. What an opportunity here tonight for the Commodores.
Great look inside to Cardwell, and somehow Pettiford spotted him on the back door. I'm not sure Tahad knew what he was going to do when he jumped in the air before releasing that pass, but he comes up with a brilliant dime, if you will. Open look, top of the key in. First 3 of the night for Vanderbilt. Here's a steal. Tanner came away with it, and now Nickel off the back iron. Collins on the putback.
Big time finish. Iron unkind for the Commodores. 1 of 5 from 3. And they come into the basketball game in conference play shooting about 32%. But they can do a nice job of attacking the glass as well.
Pettiford splashes home a triple. Vanderbilt's best offensive threat coming in off the bench so far tonight. Hogard. And the tip in, it was Carey.
Yeah,
Pettiford, the freshman, lost it. Tanner a steal. And here's Hogard. Was fouled as he hit the deck. And that'll go on Denver Jones.
Really good at switching and keeping the basketball in front of them.
For steals. Here with the Commodores. And now the lead back to 9. Jones for 3. Boy, Denver Jones, an early heater.
Yeah, good job of the Commodores getting back in defensive transition this time. They're matched up. They actually have a little more size.
Stolen by Carey. Broom will try to chase him down, and Carey lays it in. Thought that ball was last touched by Auburn. The Tigers get it back. Chaney Johnson, the turnaround with a jump hook.
Chaney Johnson, another guy who I think can take another step. When you talk about teams reaching their ceiling, Chaney Johnson, coming from Division II, I think is probably has one of the biggest upsides of anybody on Auburn's team.
Look at the first step by Edwards off the glass and a chance for 3.
Pretty basketball. I think that's something that should be appreciated by not only Auburn's fans, but his teammates as well.
Now, Bruce Pearl said as much yesterday. Edwards completes the 3-point play. And he said, Coach, take me up, put me in. He knew he wasn't 100% when he came back for that win against the Vols, but that was a huge moment in the season. Jones, a great cut and an easy.
See the screener here by Vanderbilt. They tried to screen and roll back with Jalen Carey. Nice job of defending by Chaney Johnson.
Chris Mignon attacking.
Oh! Young fella. That's how you attack the rim. Nye Broom is able to get in the air. We saw that coming, the transfer from Cornell.
Back to live action. Here's Broom. Lead at 10. Here comes Edwards, the mid-range. And you can feel a little mojo finally on the side. Lead at 8. It was once at 13. And now McLaughlin, the size advantage on Baker Mazzara for a moment. Carey, look what he found.
Right now, complete dominance on the glass.
4 rebounds with 5 minutes and change remaining here in the first half. He had 18 and 14 in the win over the Longhorns. Carey gets another touch. Inside to McLaughlin, and the lead down to 4. Was going bonkers as a result of the call, and the last time Chaney Johnson with a jump hook was able to cash in. Speaking of Johnson, he'll do it again with a bounce.
And that's what I mean. He's got another level.
Got 5 games happening featuring 7 ranked programs in the SEC. Number 1 on display on the road here tonight in Music City. Great cut by Hogard, spotted by McLaughlin, and the big fella drops a dime in.
Yeah, a nice possession with so many defensive rebounds.
Denver Jones ready, waiting, and able. Another 3 for Denver Jones.
First half.
Denver Jones 5 of 8 from the floor, 4 of 6 from deep. 14 points to lead the charge for Auburn. Tyler Nickel took his time and drew the contact. That's a big possession, a 7-point
nation, but the Commodores have responded well.
And Asa Newell is headed your way here on SEC Network, 9 o'clock Eastern. Also,
Hogard.
2.5-second differential between game and shot clock. Boy, Baker Mazzara right on top of Hogard.
Here it is.
Off the screen, Nichols left open. That's a 3! 34-32. And the first 3 of the half goes to Tyler Nickel for Vanderbilt. And look at what we have here, a 1-possession game, 20 minutes in. And it was big. Auburn had a chance to perhaps go back up by double digits at the end of the first half. Didn't happen. Vanderbilt rallied. Let's see what happens to start the second. Great crowd, tremendous energy here inside Memorial Gymnasium. Chris Moore got the start tonight and gets the floater.
Wow, I like the adjustment. So for players, and we have some.
1, but I'm going to give you 2. 1 was the Iron Bowl victory in 2022 against Alabama, obviously had a big block late. The other was the win against Iowa State earlier this year, and Devin McLaughlin from deep. The lead down to 1.
Yeah, the transfer that played a couple of seasons at Boston College, known as an elite offensive rebounder, shows his ability to stretch the defense.
Here's Denver Jones, the response on the other end. Denver Jones with 5. It was 15-0 Tigers right out of the gate. Vanderbilt has rallied. McLaughlin, a couple of long strides and a foul inside. Boy, Cardwell got tangled up with McLaughlin, nearly stepped over him. And cooler heads prevail as Miles are 2 of 2 at the stripe tonight. Now with 5 points.
Kobe Brea, Wade Taylor. But Miles Kelly is certainly in that conversation with the rest of them. Chaz Lanier of Tennessee. And right now, let's see if they can try to focus on converging on the interior because they have one less shooter for Auburn.
Lob to Broom over the top of McLaughlin, and he was fouled. Janai Broom to shoot 2 at their shoot around earlier this afternoon. And it's been a battle. The low block tapped out to Baker Mazzara. Denver Jones, the floater. Big possession for Auburn.
All stemmed from the offensive rebound. For the Commodores here, let's see if they can try to use their foot speed, much smaller at that power forward position.
Mignon off the bounce, attacking. There's Hogarth. McLaughlin on the offensive glass, up and in, and a chance for 3.
Flow of the game is going right now.
McLaughlin 3 the hard way. He's got 8.
Draw a foul yourself.
Baker Mazzara lost it. Edwards on the move for 3. Vanderbilt has its first lead. Well, this old building comes back to life. 73 years young. Hogarth, no. Carey, yes! (45-42). And now Broom, sensing the moment, fouled on the...
And how about the job of Vic Schaefer using their size to go on the end? They responded by making this game more physical. They realized they weren't going to out-talent Auburn or out-athleticize Auburn, so they became the more physical, gritty, something-to-prove team.
Chaney Johnson forces that one up and in. We're tied. Well, Johnson's got that mid-range game, a little old-school flavor.
Johnson's got so much that he can bring to the table. He's a guy who I think can put up 20 points on any given night.
Huffman back on the floor, as is Mignon, up and in. And a strong finish. He'll tell you about it afterwards.
Yeah, Chris Mignon certainly in his flex zone class, and I was just simply overwhelmed as you see Janai.
Langton told us earlier today he interviewed for a handful of jobs over the years where the athletic department showed him blueprints.
Oh,
Johnson fouled from behind by McLaughlin to Jalen Carey. So because of that switch, McLaughlin has 2 facilities and expected upgrades, and understand they were nowhere close to breaking.
Verified.
It's important in broadcasting as well.
No doubt. This
Carey,
is the matchup we were waiting for.
We've waited all night. Broom won that battle. The stick back by Mignon. He had moments against number 6 Tennessee like that as well. Late. Johnson for 3. Boy, listen to the Auburn fans in the house.
An SEC silent assassin.
Basketball under the rim tonight between Carey and Broom. Pettiford. Johnson, a monster step, lays it in beautifully off the glass.
Have 2 bigs, Janai Broom and Dylan Caldwell.
Auburn has responded. Chaney Johnson certainly has, and does again. Chaney Johnson with 14.
Inside. Chaney Johnson's been hot, though. He can go by.
Well, he's feeling it. You can sense it. Against Carey. The hesitation and the jump hook. Johnson's got 16 and a spark for number 1 on the road.
I like going inside to Jalen Carey. I think he can go at Janai Broom.
Hogard baseline. Bounce pass to Collins. And the reverse.
Pretty. Use the rim.
Auburn 6 for its last 7 from the floor. Bulk of that production coming from Johnson. And now it's Broom on carry. Backs his way in and lays it up.
And if you're Mark Byington, you've got to allow Jalen Carey a chance to come back at Johni Broome. Make Johni Broome play defense on this end, and that's why he's putting him in a ball screen here. But you've got good help. Look at all the Auburn Tigers on the weak side helping on the ball screen.
Hogard wants it. Finds a way inside for the layup with a chip on his shoulder. And then he confirmed the notion. He kind of came here to Nashville with a chip as well. And a chance for 4. Tahad Pettiford.
As the game goes on, road witnesses continue to get louder for the Tigers. Tahad Pettiford. Get back here, young fella. Unbelievable finish.
Number 35 in the ESPN 100, another McDonald's All-American for Auburn Hoops.
Kind of playing that 4 position. They're going to try to speed this game up a little bit. I like it.
Auburn by 10. Edwards.
There you go, right? So Mark Byington's fabulous at doing that. It was all about creating that mismatch and then using the foot speed of Jason Edwards to get by Dylan Caldwell, who's an impressive defender, but he just zipped right by him easily.
Collins on Jones, and Cardwell hit the deck. Was tumbling down on top of Auburn in the bonus, rest of the half, and Cardwell not. No, Bill Parcells told you, you are what your record says you are. He made 2.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and a feisty and testy defender, excuse me.
I like festy. That's a great combo of those 2 words.
Well, I think people, woo!
MJ Collins.
Pretty basketball, out of bounds specialty.
McLaughlin has it stolen away by Broome. Well, Johni Broome starting to become a bigger factor in this second half. And Mignon fouled Denver Jones. And remember, the Tigers in the bonus. The story tonight for Auburn along with Chaney Johnson. Kentucky, Bama, San Diego State, Liberty, Mizzou on Saturday. And then red hot from the floor in the second half. 73% from the floor. That has been the difference in this comeback after trailing 45-42. Right out of the locker room, Chaney Johnson. I mean, an arsenal, an array of shots. Shooting 57% from the floor this season. He's been even better tonight. 8 of 9. Hogard will get the roll. And the lead back, a historical season like this.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, they're human. They get tired on occasion.
Absolutely. It's great preparation for March Madness. And Johni Broome looked pretty healthy off of the
Broome's production. I mean, it's been gritty. He has been out there. Bruce Pearl mentioned it yesterday, the Auburn media. And Broome on the attack was fouled by Carey.
Fake, which allowed him to get to the basket.
All the conversation about Johni.
I think that the Auburn Tigers are going to have to continue to maintain that success with Johni Broome playing at a high level in the best league in college basketball to give him the best chance to get to receive the reward. Cooper Flagg at the next level is going to be the better player, period, and he's got a good chance of being the #1 draft pick.
Tanner, the freshman, open for a moment. 73-61. Force one up off the side of the backboard.
Yeah, Commodores having challenges dealing with the length of Auburn.
Broome comes up short. Edwards the other way. Fouled hard.
Both of them outstanding players.
Well, you know he wants plenty of rest. DC matchup. College game day is going to be at Coleman Coliseum. And boy, healthy Johni Broome's going to be critical for that game. And the eyes of the college basketball universe will be the great state of Alabama as those 2 rivals meet as 1 versus 2. And Broome stays with it, finds a way.
Well, he was just too big. And
Tahad Pettiford looking at his head coach. He'll slow it down for a moment. Baker Mazzara held in check tonight. Johni Broome Fouled by McLaughlin.
Continues to play with the smaller lineup.
In the month of January, Chaney Johnson, an offensive rebound. And then Baker Mazzara steps out of bounds.
For Florida, you cannot outscore Florida. North Carolina tried it. You know, it'll be a great game when you look at any team that can score points in a hurry.
Boom on the attack.
Looked like that ankle was balanced. Their guards mix pretty well with their shooters that are basically on the perimeter with their bigs. Nice.
Tanner forced the contact. First turnover this freshman campaign. He'll get one more free throw.
Nationally, comes from an athletic family. Mom and dad both played at Rice.
Tanner to Collins. Outside of Mignon, that's a triple. And McLaughlin high off the glass. They'll slice the lead to 12, 1:16 to go, and Mark Byington calls the quick timeout.
Jones has played one of his best games in an Auburn uniform.
A season high in terms of SEC play for that man, Chaney Johnson. He now has 20 points and also 21 for Denver. Big win for the Tigers on the road. Vanderbilt set to regroup before a road trip to Knoxville. Baker Mazzara off the mark, and Mignon tracks it down. 13 seconds to go.
I think it's in trim going scoreless. I think is a testament to the depth of this Auburn team as well. Just needed to make more shots, the Commodores tonight. Auburn defended the three-point shot extremely well. And you talked about the combination of Denver Jones and Chaney Johnson for 41. Auburn faithful have seen it before. They had 43 against Georgia State, 30 against Kent State, and 30 against Mississippi State. A dynamic duo.
80-68, our final score. Auburn now 6-0 on the road in the SEC. It's the best start in conference play